Hey guys, what is going on? It is Cruz Ave here and I welcome each and every one of you to a brand new tutorial video for our channel The Guide. And today the topic is going to be build up and attacking, and more specifically the top 5 mistakes done in build up and attacking by most players and how to fix them. And it will feature things that you can work on now in the remaining time of FIFA 20 until the new season of FIFA 21 to get a head start. And if you would like to work on more fundamentals of your FIFA game before heading into the new season, then definitely consider checking out our coaching offers, where you can get private coaching and analysis for your game to fix your mistakes and become the best player you possibly can be. And now please enjoy the video. The first mistake in build-up that I want to talk about is playing forward too quickly, and this is an issue I see a lot of players having when they win the ball back. Their attention is directed forward at all times, and within 2 to 4 passes they reach the player that's most forward on the pitch, most of the time the striker, and then they're outnumbered and they have limited amounts of options because the rest of the team didn't move forward yet. Obviously, playing forward quickly isn't always a bad thing. If you're in a counterattack, the opponent is out of position and you want to punish, then definitely go ahead and play quick passes forward. But in most cases, when the opponent is in a stable defensive situation, you want to take your time and also play passes to the side or backwards in order to get your team moving forward up the pitch, so that you then have more options in attack and you're not receiving the ball with your striker to then be outnumbered and under pressure from 3 to 4 defenders with only 1 or 2 other options available to you. When you find the right balance between driving the ball up the pitch as fast as possible and taking your time, letting your team move forward as a unit, and then going for those passing combinations in the opponent's half, that's when you really will discover your options in attacking in FIFA and be able to be much more consistent with your attacks against all kinds of defending styles. So definitely try and work on this aspect of your game. Next up, we have the issue of going through the center of the pitch too much. So that means that you're mostly playing with your center mids, your center attacking mid, and then your striker, but you're not really using your wingers, and also, very importantly, not your wing backs. And that causes you to be very vulnerable to pressure, because in the center of the midfield, usually the space is very tight. You don't have a lot of angles to go to because the opponent can attack you from all sides, and it can be quite tough to keep the ball. Additionally, you're not using the entire pitch to pull apart the defense of the opponent and create some space in between the defensive lines that you can then use either to switch sides or to quickly cut inside, go for a couple of one-touch passes into the middle, and then create a chance there. So in build-up, you should always remember to utilize the entire pitch and really go for a wide build-up. Another advantage of the wing is that the opponent can't attack you from all sides. You always have that safe option to turn towards the outside line and then turn backwards while shielding the ball with your body and then going for a safe pass backwards to your center back, for example. And that really helps a lot against players who are good at pressuring you. So always remember to use those wings. Oftentimes you can play a through ball to your wing backs from the CDM or the center back to get some momentum going, drive that ball up the wing, create some space, and move your entire team forward. That's another advantage of including your wing backs. Your entire team will move up the pitch, giving you a lot of options because you have the entire team of yours in front of you, and then just go for some combinations with your center mids and your wingers for an easy triangle to maybe create a chance by getting a through ball on the wing. And in order to create these runs on the wing, but of course also in the center of the pitch, you need some movement of your players. And that brings us to our next mistake, which is not initiating enough movement with 1-2 passes and L1, R1 or LB, RB in build up and attack. So FIFA 20 is a very slow paced game, especially with not a lot of runs from your player's AI, so that's why you need to create movement. With your attacking players, more often than not, you should use the 1-2 pass feature, so hold L1 or LB while playing your passes, so that after playing the pass, your attacking player is making a run forward, creating movement, and that will allow you to have more space on the ball because the opponent needs to cover that run, and if he fails to do so, you can follow up with a very easy through ball in order to create a chance. And also here, initiating runs with L1 or LB or calling players short with R1 or RB comes in very handy. In build-up, you can tailor your players' behaviors by using these two buttons, and so when you're under pressure and you need a player short, then you can use R1 or RB in order to call him and then have an easy option for a pass. And then if you want your players to move forward, if you're having some space and you want to threaten a through ball, then you can use L1 or LB in order to trigger runs. We also have a very detailed video on these two features, so definitely check that out. The link is in the description below or now linked in the top right corner. If you practice all of these options and combine them efficiently, you will be surprised how much more movement you're able to create in your attacking game and how much harder it will be for the opponent to defend against you, because suddenly all these runs are happening, you're always having an option short or for a long ball, and that just helps out tremendously. Mistake number 4 is not dribbling safely when keeping the ball in midfield and in the opponent's half. I would go so far and say that most balls are lost in build-up due to mistakes in dribbling compared to mistakes in passing. The skill level in FIFA has increased by a lot over the past few years, and almost no players are still giving you those easy balls by playing them into your defender's feet, but you can pressure a lot of players by attacking the guy who's dribbling with the ball aggressively, because they are not paying attention to keep the ball safe and shielded with their body. So when you're in attack and try to build up safely, you have to remember that while keeping your eyes out for players in a good position to play passes towards, you also need to be able to keep the ball safe, and that means always shielding it with the body of your player and not turning into the defender when he's approaching you. So that's very important, and you need to get that into your mind to understand that a 90-degree or an 80-degree turn often is too risky, and good players will punish you for that by anticipating the change of direction and then tackling the ball away and going for a counter attack. Instead, first turn away, then backwards or forward again for a little fake, and then you can continue your attack without a problem. We also have a dedicated video on this topic of safe dribbling, so definitely go and check that out as well. Also link in the description or in the top right corner. And last but not least, mistake number 5 is a more complex one, and it's always going for the first option available. So that means in build-up or also when it gets more into the last third in your attacking game and you want to create a chance that you're seeing a run from a player, or you're seeing a player standing in a good position for a pass towards him, or you're thinking of a skill move that you could do in a certain situation, and then you always go for that first option that comes to your mind. And the problem with that is that first of all, you're not judging the chances for success correctly. So let's say there's a run from a striker and the opponent is covering it, or maybe the run just isn't that good, but you're still going for that through ball, or you're seeing your striker in the centered position in front of goal and you're playing the pass towards him, even though that's a very obvious try to creating a chance and the opponent sees that as well, so he's covering that pass and you play it right into him. So in order to improve at this aspect of your game, you should always try and double check if the first option that's coming to your mind is really the best one available to you. Because first of all, the opponent most likely sees that option as well. So you need to check if he's actively defending against it. And if that's the case, just keep the ball and instead go for another attacking direction in order to maybe even punish him for overcommitting for a run or a certain skill move that he's anticipating. And just in general, stay patient. You're not forced to immediately create a chance once you enter the dangerous area. You can still keep the ball, turn away from goal, maybe play it out to your wingback once again. Just keep the ball, play it around the opponent's box in sort of a handball situation, and he will also get nervous if he's not getting the ball back and if he's feeling like you're very safe on the ball and you're really playing with him, waiting for him to make a mistake. And that will open up a lot of options in your game, some new attacking combinations once your players are in position, and then you can try and build those triangles, play around the opponent's CDMs in order to get the ball to your striker and just wait for that opening when you can go for a quick passing combination or where you can maybe fake a skill move by starting a drag back but going on into your original running direction once again and then going for the pass into the middle. There are tons of possibilities and they will open up to you once you stop always going for the first option that comes to your mind and that you see on the pitch. Just take your time, try out something new, and you should be able to see your attacking success go up a ton. So those were our top 5 build-up and attacking mistakes that you should try and fix in your game if you have problems with any of these things mentioned. I hope that you enjoyed the video and that it helps you out. If that's the case, then please leave a like and a comment if you have any questions on this topic or in general about FIFA. That helps out our videos and the channel a lot. Also subscribe to our channel if you don't want to miss any further videos of the guide. I'll better talk to you in the next one. See you then. Much love. Peace. We also want to say big thanks to our elite tier supporters over on Patreon. You can become a patron today and support the channel as well as receive some cool benefits in return over at patreon.com/BPG the guide.